Time coming, but you won't come. Give me 1 second. Getting all this stuff. All right, now we're ready to go. Okay, so let's see what we got today. Good morning, Danielle. Let's see what we got today. Looks like the volume movers for today. Do we see any low flows? HTCR we saw yesterday. I would definitely be watching that one for a fall off and then maybe a resurgence. Because I think it was coming down a little bit yesterday as well. Okay, what's up, Drifter? HTCR. All right, let's check all the scans. So we got mid float scans. HTCR is at the top of that. QNGY is up, but I don't see any news on QNGY for today. Had a little bit of it's like some earnings, or no, it hit 52-week lows. Looks like has some news for that. $1.30, not really gapping today though. Closed around 108 yesterday, up 33%. Here's a low float though with 2 million shares on it, so I'm gonna add it to the watch. QNGY. SPRC, SciSpark, we have seen this one before. Announces receipt of NASDAQ minimum bid price notification. Closes an acquisition of Wellution. Okay. Nothing super crazy here either. It was at 93 cents yesterday, closed at 93 cents. Today it's up at $1.13. I don't know if the range is going to be there for it. We got to see what's got the catalyst on the day. That's probably what's going to push the most, especially with it being a Friday. But I'll definitely put it on the watch. SPRC. yeah. DAIO. See what it's got going on. Good morning, Diggs. Let's see. No news on let's see, DAIO. We have Datto.io shares trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q3. Okay, I don't know if that's going to be the top news, but I'll just put it on the watch for now and do a cleanup of the watch at the beginning, at the open, if no more news pops out on it. Appreciate you tuning in on Twitch, Diggs. Let's see. Okay. And then MCLD is one that we saw yesterday as well. Not really too much volume on it. No news on the day either. All right, so let's see what's in the low float category. GNS, Genius Group. That's some earnings news. Nothing big over there. Epics popping back in. $4.56. Still holding those 450s on Epics. Only 700,000 shares though. AVCT. Nothing. ENSV. Trading higher. Oh, they did a 1-to-20 reverse split, so that's a no-go. FSTX. Okay. Let's continue on. Mid floats. Health Assurance Acquisition Corp will redeem its public shares and will not consummate until initial business combination. So they're combining businesses with somebody. Okay, so we're getting to some higher float stocks down here. DVA lost $20 per share overnight. All right, let's see what else. So for the sub dollars, we see KAL is 7 cents with 19 million shares up there. No news on the day. Zevo, or yeah, ZVO. No real news on the day. Just news about other things like Amazon. MULN, way less shares than it had in previous days. It reached almost 200 million shares, almost what, 3 days in a row. But it is a cheaper stock at 49 cents, so that's possible. Core Scientific 50 cents. Okay, so we'll just keep an eye on these things, but not really seeing any other big news. So we'll kind of see where the momentum goes. For right now, here's the watch: HTCR, QNGY, SPRC, Epics. Now I'm only putting Epics up here because it was a previous mover, and I'm looking for maybe more news to come out on it. But as of now, Epics has no news, which is probably why it's receiving less volume and has a less of a gap up. DAIO. In the world. Spy 379s. Okay, still kind of holding pretty flat here, right around that 380 mark. Had a huge run up from that 360, hit up here to the 389s and came back down and kind of settling right above the 375s. HTCR definitely closed down this range. We were watching this, and I think Donnell took a couple of scalps on this one, but it just would not get going. Traded a very tight range from the 225s down to the 190s yesterday before breaking on down. And then QNGY came down here into a close of 125 and has ramped all the way up. SPCR 125. Okay. Then we got Epics doing crazy stuff. And Epics continues to make these lower highs too. It had got up here to 580, came all the way down to the 376s, popped for a lower high at the 505s, came back down and found a little flat top here at the 475. So we'll see if the 475s become a big problem for it, and will it drop here on Monday morning. Right across this level here, resistance 475s. Got about 15 minutes to the bell. If you guys are seeing anything else, definitely drop it in the chat. We'll check it out. Or if you have any stocks that you just want me to look at, you can do that too. They don't have to be hot today, but you know. All right, WLS, WLDS, BMRA, sober, still playing around with that $4 level. So much indecision in this level right at the $4. To go to um, I think I want to get this up. EPOW GOBX back under $1. The thing barely broke $1 and went right on back down. For GOBX, I guess monkeypox and everything else is still losing. Let me look at, I think it was Siga and Veru that I like to keep an eye on. Or Veru again, just holding above this 1075, finding a little bit of resistance right around this 1285. So, and in this, at this point, I mean, this could be considered a low. Holding this level, making these higher lows, but it depends on what your strategy looks like and where you're willing to buy on Veru. Siga continuing down, making these lower highs going the opposite direction, pushing down towards the 880s. What shall it be today? Only thing I sometimes don't like about Friday is they sometimes do drop news on Friday, and it's something that it's like you got to be ready to scalp because these things are usually not on the watch list out of pre-market, and they just start going. So I'm just gonna watch the volume scanner. Good morning, Lori. I'm gonna watch the volume scanner and see what starts to pour in volume. Hopefully it's not these sub-dollar stocks. Actually, I won't. I'm gonna take this one off. This one, I'm pretty sure is not gonna compete. So right now, the top three that I'm looking at for low flows is SPRC, QNGY, and HTCR. And I don't know if AMPX is gonna compete either. It's only got 3,000 shares traded. And it's already on the 30-minute chart here, already looks like a chop factory. So big wicks. So I'm already cleaning up the watch. I don't want to be watching trash. And that's not to say any of these that are on the watch list will just take off, but just looking at the probabilities. The cloud looking like it's going to break down $1. SBCR had a high up here of the 125s on the hour chart. HTCR had a struggle point around that 250 level for a top from yesterday. Then found more resistance at a lower high. And then QNGY looks like the 182 level has been a problem for it twice here. Kind of want, I like to look for something that at least has 1 million shares coming out of pre-market. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's a good place to look. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes things have like 200,000 shares and then they just go into a halt on very low float or very low volume. And you're like, what in the world's going on over here? And it's some news that's kind of been overlooked or something like that, or news just pops and the algorithms go and get to the stock before you do. So you already know there's manipulation going on. That's why a lot of times on those big pops, I'm like, okay, let's wait till a dip comes to try to enter this thing, because I'm not sure if this is manipulation. And if I wait for a dip, well, if it does go against me, at least it's already in my favor. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna lose even more. Usually I'm buying in a super dip. And I guess you could say my strategy is kind of like a retracement strategy. I'm looking for a dip and then a return. I'm looking for a buy under VWAP for a return test to VWAP. Selling half at VWAP and then holding half for any other, work it wants to put in. But this week, I have not seen those types of setups where we have good retracement back up to VWAP. This week has been a little bit lighter on the news side. Hasn't been that many obvious plays. Last week was a good week. This week, it is a small red week for me because I haven't taken any trades. I haven't seen any setups that I like. I only took one trade this week. It was a $3 loss, so it's not gonna kill me. I grabbed. I forgot what I traded. Let me see. I think it was MOB. That's what I traded. Let's see where Mob is right now. Yeah, it was this one. Was it MOB? It was something. Whatever it was, I jumped in low, 600 shares, and just decreased my position size as it just acted like it wasn't going to go up. I'm looking for it to explode on the shorts. I'm looking for a short squeeze, and I want the full short squeeze. That's why I get in low. If you want a full long squeeze or long what would be called a good dump, you buy high or sell high. And I'm looking for things with range as well. I need, if it's given like 5-10 cents, it may not be the range for me because I have to size in so much just to get some off of there. But if it's a range like 20-30 cents, oh man, wait for that dip. Oh man, about to get blessed. We have about 7 minutes to the bell, and not seeing anything new pop yet. Expel. I do. That's what I need to do. Okay. Studio. We will use this one. And there. Okay. Perfect. All right. Lori, did you ever take any trades on MULN or any of those sub-dollar stocks? You know, sometimes you play around down there, stick your toes in. Let's see, QN and GY. You were afraid of dilution, yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, like with the sub-dollar stock, that much volume, it just seems so much of a liquidity trap. It's like, oh, there's definitely volume for you to get in and get out, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I just have never figured out a strategy to enter and exit with a nice gain. Because a nice gain, because I'm greedy. And a nice gain for me is like 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 70 cents. So for it to move 5 cents or at the most, I'm like, man, this thing's gonna take all my money. Yeah, Donnell says continue bear market, small cap slowing down. Yep. And I think it's this sideways chop that has a lot to do with it as well. On the SPY and the Nasdaq and all those. Matter of fact, I didn't even look at oh man, oil's almost back to $90. I'm gonna have to start paying putting something in the savings for gas again. No, I'm kidding. All right, so oil's making the lower highs. NQ still bundling its way down. So yeah, overall the NQ is tiptoeing on its way down as the SPY continues to play around this 380 level. So I don't know what we're gonna see. It's probably gonna be some indecision here on Friday until something like maybe like the only low float or micro float mover is moving, and then everybody be like, okay, we're ready to trade. So gonna kind of be careful today as well. But yeah, here are my scanners, micro floats, low floats, mid floats. I really don't look at the high floats. I mean, they pretty much show up here if they're really in focus in the volume movers. And then I got a sub-dollar and a percent gain scanner, which does not start working until market open. So if anything is up, then things will pop in here. Okay, SPY breaking 380. Man, I am scared of this SPY. I feel like it's gonna pull back on everybody. All this playing around with 380. QNG. It had a top side that is kind of working on this top side right at the 175 level on the hour chart. So it may pick up heat. Definitely in competition with some of these higher volume movers. Amazon down 11% on the day. HTCR starting to wake up a little bit. 250s was the big hammer for it. Markets are open, or no, 1 minute left. Come on, man. Thought that was it. Oh, 43 seconds. Finding that nice pressure at that 380, man. I'm telling you, the SPY, I guarantee you nobody's going to move until the SPY makes a decision. Is it going to go flat today, or is it going to shoot either down or up? If it shoots up, people will trade the high floats into the weekend. Shoots down, they'll be looking for small caps to maybe get a pop, maybe for some Friday hope. But the markets now are open. 380s getting tested again there on the SPY. HTCR, no big moves, no kind of range there yet. QNGY, SPRC, that top was the 124s, had a little bit of resistance all the way down to these 108s. Epics jumping up there very briefly towards this top here. We saw that should be resistance for this 475. Everything else coming back green though. SPCR or SPRC getting a little pump up there, 115s. It's first 5 minutes though, so no rush. QNGY jumping up there as well. Let me see if I can see anything else getting some movement. QNGY is the biggest mover as of now. Up 57%, 12 cents since the open. Okay, not seeing anything else. So I guess I got the right thing on the watch, I guess. So we'll watch these and see how they want to play out. SPRC forming a lower high here at the almost the 120s here. So we'll put that as resistance on the hour chart. See if it can continue to get held down there. HTCR barely holding. This one's picking up a little bit of volume here. 5 million shares traded, but this is going into a unknown area. Where is the top here? So we got a previous top 215. Back here on the hour chart, we can see clearly resistance there around that 215 level. So we'll see the action around that 215. This is what I'm looking at on the hour chart. All of this range that shorts could possibly enter if it can't hold up, working its way. It's a little bit lower than that, isn't it? So it's been tested a couple of times there at the 210. So we'll see what the action is at the 210, how it holds the 210. 220s coming up, reaching up there almost to the 225s there. Will it break this previous high? Let's see, touch the previous high 221s right under the 225 level. Will it need to take a break before it retest that level today, or what? QNGY, let me go and look back at that news. No news on today, which is weird. Kind of like a little bit of a trap here. We'll see what a dip looks like on it, since it has no reason to be up. HTCR, Meta Platforms, getting slammed a little bit there, going back red. Everything else I'm looking at looks a little bit red. Over here on the map, we can see Microsoft, Apple. A lot of these are red right now. It's definitely more red than green. Okay. Epic's going on down. Get a nice little shove down. See, couldn't even get through that resistance we spotted there. Nobody wanted it above those 471s, and now going red on the day. QNG up to 240s. So now it is in an unknown area. Let me look on the daily chart where this thing's resistance levels could be on a pullback. So it broke over this high here of the 222s. Whoops. 222 level there. And we're kind of trying to see what it's going to do. It's got the 4s up here for maybe another level, but the problem is there's no news to push it up there. Now, this could be one of those Freaky Friday movers that just pushes to the moon for no reason. It could be, but that's definitely a 50-50. We do not like 50-50, but this is probably will give some good scalp potential. But we got to see what a downwards move looks like. Does it move faster down than up? And does the range open up even more to the downside than up? SPRC up 10%, going up to the highs as well. The high here is the 125-ish level. Still struggling to make that new high. QNGY. Epic's absolutely dumping. Made a lower high and is going on down on a Friday. SPCR have news. Successfully launched a new keto gummy. Let me read this news. So yeah, SPCR, this is their news for today, launched a keto gummy apple cider vinegar product and generated 100,000 in revenues within 30 days. So I guess that's okay. Moved from $1 up to $1.30, so a nice 30-cent rip there. So has definitely made it through all of this resistance. Let's see if it gets pushed back down in here. Only 4 million shares traded on it. Still not as much as QNGY. Continuing on up to the 250s, 260s, 270s. And remember, this is only the first 15 minutes. So that's crazy. 15 minutes from 175 up to almost 275. So $1 in motion. So this one does have some range on it, definitely. Definitely will be interested on what a downwards move looks like for it. So I'm pretty sure with this range, people will be, unless the volume falls off, people will continue to be interested. 12 million shares on it though. Into a halt on QNGY. Let's look at HTCR, SPRC. So these are pretty much in direct competition in the low flows. SPRC and QNGY. We'll see which one holds up. And while it's in a halt, let me jump over here to the scans. For some reason, I'm seeing these big $1,000. Oh, that's a 1 for 15 reverse split on SLDB, UXN. Why are you up 700 something percent? Don't know. No news on that one. That's an Asian ADR, Asian ticker. First split. Okay. I just saw that on my percent gainer and saw a couple of these down here on those percent gainers here. But as we can see, the low floats are definitely taking the cake. QNGY top volume, I mean, HTCR and SPRC. So it looks like we're watching at least some of the right stuff. See if it becomes a chop factory. The SPY did come over the 380s. Long entry 245 on Q. Nice, Donnell. Scalping that thing. Now Donnell, he will definitely scalp those moves, man. He's about that scalping life. Quick entry exit. Once we find the range, that's what he's looking for. Hey, what's got the range on the day, and let's get it. This thing had range and pushed all the way into a halt, and we'll see what the halt resumption. Actually, let me go look at when this thing's supposed to be opening up. Halt resumption. So halted at the 38. So what is that? 43. So 2 minutes until the unhalt. Hey man, that's what we're looking for. Now my scans are set up to I really trade micro floats because they can give you some good range. Like Donnell said on that position, that's what, almost from the 45 up to the 87. That's almost 50 cents. I'm not looking for 5 cents when I can get 50 cents out of the market. You know what I'm saying? But I trade the lows. So I trade after the he usually, now Donnell, you know, we kind of beat the ticker up because once the ticker gets going, he trades the highs, and then once the ticker comes down, I trade the lows. So it's kind of like, you know, a pinball or a tennis match. And we're just looking for love, man. Looking for love in all the right places. HTCR coming on down. Oh. $938.46, so that'll be 43.46. Got about a minute left until QNGY opens back up. SPRC made another top here at the 134s, pushing back into this previous resistance level. We'll see how it holds that 125. But yeah, not making lower highs, but definitely doesn't have a definite high yet on the day. All right, so this thing should be opening up in about 30 seconds. All right, so there's the open on QNGY. What will a pullback look like on this one? First 15 minutes haven't even closed yet. We are 1 minute away. Well, 1 minute away from the first 15 minutes of the market, but this thing went into a halt, so it hadn't even traded 15 minutes. But we'll see. 13 million shares up there, jumping again to the 290s. 313s there. So the breakout level was the 220s, 225-ish level. Got a nice little push from 225 all the way up here to almost the 325s. SPRC. I guess the other thing about how I'm trading is the patience. Like I'm just like, I don't even care about FOMO. I'm good. I'm looking for a resting position. So it does cost me a little bit more mental capacity. I'm like, oh man, because I remember I used to be trying to scalp and do all that, and it just never, it just my win percentage just was like, just continued to suffer. But I do like these ranges on QNGY. Is it going into another halt? 350s holding it down a little bit. Where will those shorts start to win, man? Will it open up a range to the downside? HTCR. Yeah, so yeah, QNGY is taking the cake with the volume. SPRC falling all the way back down, all of this resistance all the way back down to almost $1. So yeah, people probably were trading SPRC and they're like, you know what? This got much bigger range. Let's go play with that. Exactly. No news on QNGY, so definitely getting held up by hopes and dreams here. Or it could just be news that hasn't released yet. So it could be hopes and dreams. We'll see on a dip. That's what I'm that's what I'm looking for. We will see. But I don't think the shorts are going to be able to take out this whole candle in one candle though. So it's definitely going to find some support somewhere. We can go ahead and look at some of these supports. It's got a whole $3 level support that it has not came back down and tested yet. Right there. We have the 275. We can just do the $quarter levels here. $3, 275-ish, and then the 250s. And we can go ahead and get rid of these. We'll just look at the $quarter. Since it does have such a good range, we'll just look at $quarter. It's $2 down here. And then 225. So we'll see where this thing wants to find a little bit of support. Wow, wrong one. Actually, no, that was the right one. The other one should be green too. Not green enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. So those, and we'll see if $3 becomes resistance again. Getting a little push down there. HTCR going on down. Let's see if anything else is popping up that is putting some numbers on the board. QNGY, we got the $3 level. About to get tested here. We'll see how it holds the 3. This top side is a 375 for resistance. On the hour chart, no confirmation really on any of these higher charts though, because it's still on the same candle. Can't really tell. But first we look for confirmation on the 15, and then hopefully it moves on through to the other time frames as well. And also for these scalps, you do probably want to be trading on if you're scalping the tops, you probably want to be trading on a lower time frame than this. I'm using the 15, the 30, and the 1 hour because I got time. I got time, bro. I got time. And because I just realized that trading on those lower time frames definitely put some dents in my account. So ever since I've transitioned to this, I've been pretty successful. A lot of green trades, and the ones that are red, they're very managed because I'm buying low and I'm not losing much. I think I'm losing I think the most I lost on the bottom was maybe like 20 bucks, but getting 120 on a rip. So I'm okay. Gas is continuing upward up to 88 bucks. It is red on the day. Coming into the weekend. SPY is still holding those 382s. Wow. Another push higher. So let's go ahead and make $3 green here. This is wow. So we're almost 30 minutes in. Where is the top? Continuing upward. $24 million shares traded up here. Up almost 200%. Still no news. Looking like it wants to touch $4. So we got 225, 250. 3 275s. $3. All right, so a whole bunch of $quarter levels that it can come back and test. $350. HTCR. SPY starting to huddle around that 382.50. So this was a $2 move out of the open with no news. So I do think people, if people continue to watch it, once it does come into a dip, I do think people will be willing to get into it because they think there will be news coming. So it's kind of like what Donnell was saying. I don't know if that was this week or last week. Buy the rumor and sell the news or something like that. I forgot what he exactly said, but it was something about the rumor. And this is what's going on here. This isn't even a rumor though. This is like bot movement. The algos got this nice push on no news. Somebody knows something. If we look out here on the daily chart, we can see that it did get back up here. So this is where I marked in pre-market. This $4 level, this nice clear resistance level here is where it's kind of slowing down. So definitely we're nearing its first real hurdle. And then the next one may be up here 450s ish, but we'll see. We'll continue to watch. But I do like the range here. All right, so it's slipping down through some of these resistances. So the top was almost $4. And we'll see which support it wants to find here. Coming into the close of the first 30 minutes of the market open. See what this next candle looks like. Has a whole lot of reason to sell off. So if you're gonna trade this, you definitely need to manage your risk because this is pretty extended on no news. The first candle, first 15 minutes, it got 12 million shares traded. The next candle it's already working on has 13 million shares traded up here. So definitely a good place for shorts to be able to enter large positions at once. Up 182%, holding 100% since the open. Let's see some of this size. Where are the big sizes? So we got a size down here on the bid of 305 with 10,000, well, 310 with 10,000 shares. Any more size to catch this thing? And I'll mark those levels as well on the 15-minute from the level 2s where they're looking like they're sitting. 310 down to the $3 for support out here. 310 right around this level, and then 305. So only a 5 cents. Looks like where the size is, somewhere off in here. Right at VWAP, looks like people are willing to buy at VWAP, but that's still a high buy. So we'll see how they get treated there around this level. On the 15-minute, we'll see what happens on the hour chart. 3 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. Or actually 3 minutes left on both of these, 15 and 30. Not seeing any big sizes getting too close though on the bid. Let's look at where the sizes are up here on the ask. No big sizes. Unless they're spoofing. Not really seeing a whole bunch of 10,000 shares. There's an 8,086 and 8,086. That's pretty much the biggest one I see right now. 86. 79 to 86. Okay, I see it. So let's mark that off for resistance. 79 to 86. Or 380s. Let's just do 380s. 380 down to the 70. Where'd their size go? They're moving so much. They're jumping around in here. And these are not the orders that are getting filled. These are the orders that are sitting on the books. These orders over here in black are getting filled. Red means that orders are getting filled under the bid. Green means that orders are getting filled above the ask. So we can see both sides going through there. Gray is just in between the bid, whatever the bid and the ask is for that current moment. Okay. So yeah, I don't know where that size went. It kind of just disappeared. But yeah, for the time that it was up there, I saw the 80s were definitely resistance there. But it looks like they may be spoofing now. And spoofing, some software allows you to put a, like let's say if you want to take, 20,000 shares, you can actually spoof a number onto the level twos of what you want to actually show your trade as. You show it as 100 shares. It looks like 100 shares on there, but it's actually a pretty large, or I mean, it could be any size, but it's spoofing. So we will see where those orders start to rack up. This 30-minute looks like the 368s here coming into the first dip of the day, and to the 350s. And let me see if those sizes are still sitting around at $3 here. Yep. There's two sizes there, $2.95 and then one at $3. So $3 and $2.95, and then there's another one, 305s. Looks like 310s. Okay. We'll see how that works around VWAP, how it treats them around VWAP, because that's looking like where they're aiming at. Now we're going to see the real sentiment of this stock. Will it become a chop factory, or does it want to get up through those 380s where we saw that level of size up there for like a couple seconds that seems to have disappeared off the face of the level twos? There's some at 362, some size moving around there, 360s. We see 353s are getting filled though. So that was a big red under the bid. People jumping in for the movement down now. A lot of red on the tape. 350s getting tested hard and heavy. Okay, so came down through the 350s, through the 375s. So at least we have a top, but we don't know where this resistance is going to end yet. Hovering the 329s. And what I will be looking for if this thing does fall off, I'm looking for it to kind of resurge back into a previous level, maybe not breaking highs, but trading in the range. So I'm looking for it to make it back up to wherever previous, well, a percentage away from the previous high. So if the high was what, $4, I would be looking for what, maybe a return to the 350s off a dip. So if it dips to like 325, all I want is that move back up to the 350s. Because that's a nice 25-cent gainer on 300 shares. But I like this range as long as it doesn't chop down. Previous candle moved from 310 up to the 396. So yeah, definitely has some good range. But it's going to have to show me a little bit more dip action. All right, 310 has 12,000 shares sitting there. See if they get destroyed here. Maybe they'll hover it a little bit. Let's see if anything else is popping in here. It's PRC. Yeah, SPRC getting pushed, looking like it wants to go and visit the 99-cent level. All right, so we definitely are seeing a decrease in volume here. So from 12 million up to 16 million, and now how much time we got on this? 10 minutes left. So it's only 3 million shares traded right now. MULN got some news. There was that cheap stock, what, 49-cent stock. It says the news on it says pre-orders for Mullen 5 electric SUV crossover exceed expectations. As the 5 strikingly different tour begins. But that's if you're playing penny stocks. 50 million shares traded on that ticker. Jump over here to the scans real quick. So this is where I'm looking on my sub dollar. Just looking where the volume is. QNGY has 35 million. This one's got 50. And then we see Amazon. Good morning, Ben, in the house. Donnell took another trade today. He did it again. You know, Donnell's blasting on QNGY. He had faith in Kahuna's. Just I don't know how he walks around. But yeah, he did it again. Took I think he got like almost 30 cents, 40 cents winner. So yeah, Donnell's turning up again on a Friday. Don't know if it's going to satisfy my taste for the lows, but just kind of watching. Coming into like a temporary dip here. But yeah, just looking through micro floats. Away. Any news popping off on this one? Nuvalent shares are trading higher. All right, let's flip back over. So yeah, QNGY seems to be holding up this VWAP right at that $3 whole dollar level. It may have to test $3 to try to move higher, but I mean, how much higher can it go? You know, with no news. I mean, almost 200% is pretty big on no news. $305s. Let's see, where did 310s go? 310 still looking like it wants to try to hold, but with this range, it could easily break down 310. Yeah, this thing is not getting much of a push down. Holding, looks like it's holding around the right above the 325s. Keeping it nice and steady here. I just saw 30,000 drop there at the 41, so we'll see how that affects it. 40 is becoming a little bit of problem for it. It's like somebody's interested in that level. What's up, Daniel B? One Life in the house as well. You said I'm not getting my $5 on Adam. Let me see where Adam is. Let's see. Oh yeah. So this is where I'm gonna be getting in down here, right here. When it comes back down to $5. This right here was a nice little upwards movement. I liked it. But yeah, it's gonna come down to $5. I'm gonna get my little entry right down here at $5. And if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen. But yeah, I'm gonna get it. And then Ben's gonna cry. Well, he's not gonna cry. He's gonna be buying. That's what he's gonna be doing on Adam. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my $5. It doesn't matter when it happens. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. One life with 100%. Looks like some watermelon, a police light, and some peaches. One life asked, did DB trade earnings last night? Let's see. Yeah. Nah, $5. We're talking about the price of the we're talking about the price of Adam. And I've been telling Ben for the longest I'm gonna get it at $5. And he just doesn't believe me. That's all. But by the time it gets to $5, I'll be able to buy all of Adam, so it'll be great. I'm gonna make a whole video about it. How Ben was wrong. All right, my guy, come on, let's sync. All right, it's reclaiming the 40s. We need this thing to come on down some. It's got such a nice range. We just need to see the shorts. But the problem is, if the shorts do too much on this counter, it could chase longs away. Like if it pushes it all the way back down to like 250, they ain't gonna play that game. Longs are not trying to buy this back up, I don't think. But it seems to be holding the 350s here. Getting a little buying pressure off the 325-ish level. Holding there a little bit. Just a little bit of buying pressure. Still a lower high on the 30-minute. Knocking on the 375s there. A lot of action there, but not pushing. So I'm thinking there are shares just grinding here, and it's going to be red anyway because people don't like that. They want to see it break or they bail. That's kind of how they trade these tops. So if it doesn't rip through 375, they're going to bail. They're going to bail out. But I guess you could risk, the risk on this one would have been 325, and that's a nice little 50-cent gainer right there. But as we know, breakouts have not been the most lucrative thing. Trading in these micro dips and any dips have been where the real money is. All right, so we got about 15 minutes left on this hour chart. First hour of the market. They're trying hard, man, to get to that 375. Continue to fail though. Little bit of volume coming in there, but no push upward. 4 million shares traded on this one. Previous counter was 5 million. So we look at the starting counter, 12 million up to 16 million, down to 5 million, and now we're looking at a 2 million. So will longs want to come back in with this decrease in volume around the top? And it's making a lower low. Previous high was the what, almost $4. Being oil stocks are crashing, are you in MARPs? Okay. Looks like 20,000 shares was just on the bid there at the 70s. Will that be a push upward? 75's getting tested now. Can it do a big push through? In a little bit of a resistance level here. 75, 76, 77. I think this might be a short squeeze, bro. It's getting real scary for those shorts here. Small breakout. Sets just kind of sticking around that 75 level. This is why breakouts are so dangerous. It's kind of you just don't know if it's gonna break out or not. But Amazon is looking like it's got the most volume on the day though, with a pop back off the bottom. Amazon went under $100. MAZN. Amazon fell from a whole lot to a whole little. So it was up here to the 140s, dropped off quite a bit. Let me see. It's the top volume mover out of everything. And then MULN. And then QNGY. So Epic's going on down there. Go ahead and clean that off. Don't really care about that one anymore. HTCR, trash. QNGY again felling that top move. I want to see how vicious these shorts are going to be on this. Be closing up this hour candle in about 8 minutes. Continue to find problems around that 340 level, which is it was holding the last time. But with this pullback down on the 15-minute, it got pushed all the way down through all of this previous level that it had won. Plus, it's making a lower high here. So previous high was the 396 and has moved down to the 386. So 10 cents down, a little bit lower high. But shorts have still not put their foot down. Let's see, break of 325 would be the first 15 minutes to break. It's kind of like the opposite of what you look for as a long. If you're trading those beginning breakouts, you're looking for that breakout. Well, for shorts, the break of 325 will get them started. This would be, if we were thinking about this in reverse, this would be the longs below VWAP looking for this thing to rip up. So let's see if the shorts get this move through 325 here. I like this setup if it was opposite. if it was the opposite pattern. And if this thing maybe has some catalyst, that would be great too. But I'm thinking the shorts are about to put on their suits, grab their swords, and we're about to see some crash dummies. All right, 40 starting to crack. Let's see what that size. Size still at those 310s on the bid. And let's see if size is moving down on the ask here. Where is the larger size on the ask? 396. Okay, so no large sizes showing up on the ask just yet. SPY eating over the 383s again. A lot of kind of flat motion. QNGY still holding this 340 level. I don't know what's up with this 340. Definitely giving the shorts plenty of entry time after a confirmation of a lower high. And this is what I look for on the downside. I'm looking for a low and then a higher low. Man, I'm like, let's go. Let's see how they fight here. It's like they're trying to survive. 5 minutes till the close of the hour. Hasn't showed any downside yet. Amazon trying to get back up to $100. Wasn't Amazon at like $1,000 at one point? Or was that Tesla? I forget. I don't know. Maybe it was Tesla. I don't know. It says Tesla's high was 414. That can't. I just remember them being higher than that. I don't know. Either way it goes, we are seeing a little bit more green out here in the market since the open. At first, it was pretty red, but a little bit more green out here on the higher float stocks. QNGY looks like it may close to an indecision, but this indecision is to the high side right under previous resistance. It'll be a great entry for the shorts here, right at the 370s. And then their risk could be this what, $4? That's 25-cent risk, or the 80s. So very small risk for the shorts here on this one. We'll see if it holds though. And I don't want to be getting in when the shorts have a small risk because yeah, they'll take advantage of it. SPRC going on down, looking like it wants to get under $1. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about those splits. Yeah, yeah. It was crazy, man. I remember one share of Amazon, 1,000 some dollars. I'm like, bruh. But Amazon actually provides a little bit of value though behind theirs because they have so many merchants and they kind of keep it rolling. But Tesla, $1,000, bro. Come on, man. I don't know. And Amazon provides their cloud services. They're just not the merchandise and all that. They provide like actual services behind their merchandise. I don't Tesla doesn't provide anything but vehicles, I think. And some yeah, they provide different devices, but I don't know, man. Amazon's more worth it, I would say. I would give them a higher score on the actual value than Tesla. Tesla's a good meme though. Good meme stock. Did they ever make a bored monkey Elon Musk figurine? You know those bored monkeys? They made like thousands of bored monkeys. I guarantee they had an Elon Musk bored monkey. I bet it was costing like they said I was reading an article or I saw a news report that Elon had lost like maybe what 110 billion. I'm like, bro, 110 billion for him is like taking his shoes off, sticking them in a warm sauna and getting a foot massage by a blue goddess. You know, it's nothing. But let's see. QNGY finding a little bit more resistance under this previous resistance we highlighted. So the range here is starting to chop down a little bit. We saw this first candle almost a $2 move and now into these small little choppy areas, 311 up to the fours, 323s up to the 365. So we're seeing this chop down. So I'm expecting a little bit of explosion either direction, but it's too much of a 50-50 right now. It looks like it got buying pressure off this 323, but it's so extended and there's been not a lot of sell off, you know. So as at this point, it's definitely not meeting any criteria for me to take any action on it. Let's look back over here on the scans. SMTS. All right, is there any news out here? Greenland holding public offering. And these are sub dollars, sub dollars, sub dollars. Quarks, Pinterest, MULN. All right. SPY is up to the 384s. QNGY trying again for a new high. It's been creating these lower highs, but it's like super tight up here. $46 million shares traded. 350 looks like it wants to get a little bit of a breakdown. Not seeing a whole lot of size up here, man. Yeah, this is becoming a chop factory on QNGY. I'm definitely expecting a nice little breakdown, probably come around lunchtime. It continues to hold here. They're just going to splat it, take their profits and run, and go get them some nice little sandwiches. But yeah, Donnell, great trade on out of the open. Definitely made a massive move up. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and watch this one. Doesn't have any news. I expect it to drop off coming into later on today. Anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not yet. If you're on Twitch, appreciate you tuning in as well. Don't forget to hit that follow button over there. You can check out our Discords where we continue the conversation. Discord links will probably be dropped into the chats here. And then we also have a couple of YouTube channels that are in our Framework Fortune Media Network. The Framework Fortune Media Network, we have Sunks and Chunks Gaming, we have Reliable Rudy, we have the Framework Fortune Home channel and crypto channels. And then we have the Framework Fortune Media Network channel as well, which is a consolidation of all the content that is posted. You can also check out, if you're interested in cryptos or NFTs, you can check out the DLA DAO, which is the Framework Fortune's DAO. We have several different methods for you to interact via social media, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube or what's the other place, Deso, that you can interact with our content. We post all the time pretty much. I stream and do some market analysis, try to make some not so dumb decisions. And this week I only took one trade on I cannot remember what I traded. But yeah, did not get going, and I just did not like any of the catalysts for the rest of the week in the small caps. We saw a little bit of a resting period on the SPY after the SPY had that nice little run up from the 360s all the way up to the 384s now. Wondering if the SPY is going to flatten out or what it's going to do into next week. As for everything else, I think that's everything. I'm about to go and make me some breakfast and just chill out. QNGY chopping down like this, I just don't like it. It may go, but it's unpredictable at this point. No catalyst, could go either way. It's Freaky Friday. I'm just not willing to risk it. I'm good. It's whatever. But yeah, that's it for me today. Again, appreciate all of your chats, comments, and your call outs and everything else. Definitely come and be a part of the Discord. I live pretty much in the day trading section. We do have other sections in the Framework Fortune Discord for other types of traders if you're trading different markets. So yeah, definitely come and drop your knowledge. Just if you want to just drop in and chat for a minute, you have questions or something like that, great place to do it. But anyway, that is it for me. And as always, good to see you again, One Life. Me and DB thought you had fell off the map, but you're still here. That's for everybody else. Peace out. QNG is a long trap, bro. I'm pretty sure it's a long trap. This thing is paddling around a little bit too much above this 350 level. Anyway, I need to go cook me some breakfast. Oh yeah, is Halloween coming up here? Oh my gosh. October. There's somebody's birthday that's close. I need to figure out who. Yeah, there is somebody's birthday. Okay. All right. See y'all. Peace. If you're going to continue trading today, head on the swivel. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.